I always wondered about people in general, and youngsters in particular, who do not and will never know what to do with their life. Because as far as I'm concerned, everybody's got a mission on this planet. Everybody's got something that fascinates them. Everybody has an encounter with something special, something that clicked in their mind, music or a computer skill or something that they encountered. If they like children, if they like to observe flowers, if they like to make clothes, if they like to design stuff, there could be some kind of stimulus, something, a message for their life, in their life, through their childhood, or a recurrent theme, which should be a signal upon which one could feed. I don't understand the matter of going through life and not having one click moment, one eureka moment to say, I like this, I'm going to do this when I grow up. And in their 20s, I like the sound of this. I want to do languages. I love sharing with languages. I love studying languages. I love teaching people things. I like the benefit of seeing somebody getting better. I want to be a nurse. No inflection towards one passion or another. I don't understand this. Because when I was a child, I wanted to do fashion design. I do fashion illustration now and costume design, but I always wanted to do things like that. And I don't understand why some people go through life without knowing, and they go through their 30s and they still don't know. And like, what's going on? I don't know, I don't understand. And it's no wonder that those kids, when they get some stupid gangster rappers or video games or some people, they see some role models, which, obviously not the right types. They think this is it. This is who I want to copy. I want to copy somebody I've seen on TV showing their boobs all day. They want to copy somebody who have no goal, or maybe getting power in a way that's illegal, in a way that's detrimental to other people. And this is the only aspiration some people have. I never could understand that. And somebody tell me, how does that happen? There's so many informations on a daily basis around anyone about what life is and how life is, and what the planet brings, and how anything. I was stimulated when I was a kid by textile, by movement, by hair, by reflections of light. I wanted to study that, and I wanted to collect this library of visual imagery. And you can't tell me that these days I see loads of kids going around with no goals, and they go into their 30s and they just sit around or stand around on the corner of the street and just smoking. They don't even have a place to go, not because they're homeless, but because they don't have a goal. And that goal is very much like a home. It is a roof over your head. It is a goal. It is some place to settle your mind, to settle your feet at night. You know who you are because you have this goal. You go and put your feet up on your coffee table, on your chair, on your bed, whatever you want, because it's your bloody goal. It's your God-given goal. It's your life. You chose it, and you were made with this innate ability, or this innate compassion. You grew to be compassionate towards this type of people. You grew to love dance. You grew to love mathematics. You have this in you, and it's yours. But you don't have this to go to. You just go around in circles, and then you see some cretin prancing about, talking about pimps and hoes and showing violent stuff. And okay, that I'll copy that then, duh, because that's all there is. The world needs somebody else, and it might be you, to change that vision for youngsters and to change that vision of humanity as perceived at the moment. So I don't know why somebody cannot grab a leaf, a piece of paper and inspire themselves to get something going for their life. I never could understand that. I don't get it. So maybe politicians should do that. And this is what I try to discuss at some point in my discussions, my essays about matriarchality. And it doesn't mean that much because I don't think it's that clear a concept, not even in my mind, frankly. I wish to implement something, not just women, but something in infrastructures, in politics, into the political and social and educational infrastructures to remind of the protective, those strengths, those implements coming from traditionally from motherhood, those structures emotionally and the way they should be taught with firmness but gentleness to weave them through a few of those sociological and then those political and mediatic, very powerful media messing around, using messages, empty messages, bow-legged table messages to teach, to train, to derive people from real life. And it doesn't work. I mean, empty women, empty subject, empty messages, and empty emails. It's just wrong. It's like buying some kind of, you go to McDonald's, it's cheap and greasy and tacky enough, but it's also an empty box. And you might find maybe a gram of ground beef there. And this is exactly what we have, the shiny McDonald's box in the media and music now. Media and music, we just have this. It's very frustrating. If you want to feed on something, you don't have anything to feed on anymore. Yeah, it's very wrong. I wish somebody would do something about it. And I don't mean, change Heathrow. That's not enough. Change the schools, rebuild the libraries. The people who go to libraries ruin the library experience for some. I should know because I used to live in freaking ghettos. And libraries are not enough. You need to re-educate and reassure people and carry them, but in a way that's firm enough and it's leading enough, and have this whole media system shaped so it fits the mind of people who need feeding. It's not working, this. They banned religion more or less from everything. I mean, it's the opposite of religion, what we have, and the new idols are fooling people, misleading people with blank stuff. If it's not the opposite of good, it's violence and it's degrading to women. It's just a joke. And then, so if you have people who don't have a goal in their life, who don't have this identity system, and then they just feed on this stuff, the media have a responsibility to replace these ideologies which are gone. And they know that very well because they feed on it and they get money out of this. They know that power, they know that responsibility, but they use it to feed their pockets and to throw quick messages and destructive, powerful, destructive messages to many. It's a shame. It's a shame. How do you bring up a child in this context? Anyway, I'm just rambling about. I hope and pray that you get guidance for your life if you're still looking. Take care.